A skeptical remark cut through the air as Fang dismissed confidence and her reliance on a bracelet from President Yi. Gestured excitedly, expressing her thrill about the supposed gift from President Yi, believing her intuition had been right all along. Fang listened, surprised. Excitement filled the air as a young woman eagerly told her father about President Yi's affection for her. Fang expressed surprise that his future son-in-law is the president of group, felt excited and wanted to share the news with her grandmother. Expressed her disgust towards Fang, dismissing the idea of a marriage alliance with the Yi family as a ridiculous dream. Tension crackled in the air as a young woman demanded to see President Yi immediately. A calm man informed her that President Yi was occupied with guests nearby. A woman vented her frustration about President Yi's absence while a man listened with a smirk. She expressed her desire to confront the seductive daughter accompanying him. Tension hung in the air as a determined woman gestured angrily towards a nervous man, urging him to make a good impression on President Yi. An anxious silence filled the room as the group waited for news of President Yi. An assertive woman pointed at Fang and urged immediate action, while a calm man stood stoically nearby and a skeptical man watched beside her. A professional woman apologized sincerely to Fang and another person for the delay caused by President Yi's departure. A shocked man faced a confused woman as their eyes widened in disbelief. He reacted to her unexpected question with surprise, unable to comprehend what was happening. Fang asked about President Yi's schedule, wondering if he would still come to the company that afternoon. Tension thickened in the air as Fang spoke into his phone, frustration evident in his tone. Moments later, he expressed disappointment about President Yi's absence. The supportive woman beside him listened intently, concern etched on her face. A surprising revelation hung in the air. President Yi had gifted a jade bracelet at the birthday banquet. The woman in the blue gown announced the significant news confidently. Fang listened, astonished by the unexpected connection. The inquisitive woman questioned the announcement, seeking clarification. The man in glasses appeared shocked, absorbing the implications of the revelation. A moment of reflection hung in the air as one woman contemplated the unexpected gift from Yi, pondered how the jade bracelet could have possibly been given by Yi. Her supportive friend observed her, worry flickering across her face. A sense of confusion settled in the room as a young man with dark hair expressed concern about the implications of President Yi and President Qin's relationship. A tense discussion unfolded among three characters in a domestic setting. Fang questioned the implications of the message, seeking clarity on the situation. President Yi responded with frustration about the breakup. The concerned woman reacted to Fang's question, surprised by his inquiry. Confidently gestured, asserting that President Yi had just given the gift to her grandmother because of her, despite her sister's unresolved divorce from Yi. A wave of excitement surged through the room as a young man with dark hair expressed astonishment about the identity of the gift sender. Expressed her determination to build a strong relationship with President Yi to elevate her family's status. Her grandmother encouraged her ambition with pride. A tense exchange unfolded as two women faced off, their voices sharp and accusations flying. The curious and skeptical girl questioned the reliability of the news. The sarcastic and defensive girl dismissed her concerns, asserting the source's credibility. Declared her intention to confront President Yi alone later that day, assuring her worried grandmother that she could handle it. Urgently asked Fang to drive her to group that afternoon. Expressed frustration about being humiliated in front of her family, insisting she was too busy to take anyone with her. A concerned young woman called out urgently as another in a pink outfit drove the car, racing against time with determination. The young woman drove the vehicle with intense focus, her frustration boiling over as she cursed under her breath. The young woman screamed as she drove the car swiftly down the road, panic rising within her. A tense moment unfolded as a car sped towards a cactus, threatening an imminent collision. Fang shouted a warning to watch out. The young woman gripped the steering wheel tightly, her frustration spilling over as she railed against Yi for her loss of face. Fang sat at his desk, focused on the documents before him, while his phone vibrated insistently nearby. Fang spoke angrily on the phone, expressing his intense hatred for Yi and calling him a bastard. Fang reflected on the conversation, feeling frustrated as he considered the woman's inability to self-reflect. An inquisitive voice interrupted his thoughts, questioning what was wrong. A storm of anger erupted as a frustrated young woman berated the unseen recipient on her phone, her voice sharp and accusatory. Fang continued his defense, insisting he had been truthful all along, even though no one seemed to believe him. A whirlwind of frustration filled the car as the angry and competitive woman spoke harshly into her phone. She expressed her irritation about family dynamics and status. A confident young man spoke into his phone, questioning if the recipient had that young master of the Fang family. Fang listened thoughtfully, feeling conflicted as someone compared him unfavorably to President Yi and expressed doubt about his worthiness. A defiant young man with dark hair listened intently as the caller criticized his worth compared to President Yi. He felt a surge of determination rise within him. Fang responded that, despite the comparison, he was far from inferior. A distressed woman spoke emphatically into her phone, expressing frustration over the mess left behind before the divorce. Frustration boiled over as a young man with dark hair shouted angrily into his phone, declaring he was too busy to be scolded. A determined and assertive woman spoke urgently into her phone, asking Fang for a favor. The tension thickened as a determined and focused man held a phone to his ear, questioning the caller with intensity. A tense phone conversation unfolded as a focused and determined man questioned Yi about potential issues with his plans. A serious young man with dark hair listened intently to detailed instructions about a scheme against. A frustrated woman inside a car confronted her bodyguard about his loyalty. She insisted that he couldn't simply tell President Yi not to see her. A frustrated woman glared at her phone, feeling the weight of arrogance in the air. She couldn't believe he had actually hung up on her. A confident woman with commanding presence demanded assistant Joe take her to see President Yi. A tense conversation unfolded in the office as a professional and apologetic woman advised another to leave. The inquisitive woman questioned whether President Yi would return. A confident woman explained concerns about the contract, expressing that President Yi found Fang too beautiful and preferred someone else from his family. A confident woman in a formal dress reflected on President Yi's unexpected praise of her beauty, her expression a mix of surprise and cautious optimism. A confident and teasing woman handed a gift to Secretary Joe, who looked curious and surprised. A tense confrontation unfolded as a calm yet assertive woman demanded a picture of President Yi from the other woman. A calm yet assertive woman gestured while explaining to her listener that she lacked a picture of President Yi. A confident girl in glasses excitedly informed her friend about President Yi, noting his good looks and their similar ages. A mocking smirk crossed the face of a sarcastic and judgmental woman as she looked at a cheerful girl. She thought the girl was silly and lacking intelligence. A tense atmosphere filled the room as urgency hung in the air like a thick fog. Poured a drink for who asked why he had come from. Fang earnestly sought Lord's guidance, mentioning some trouble brewing in and expressing his hope for assistance. A tense confrontation unfolded as a young man with dark hair shouted angrily about the dwindling numbers of his allies. A distressed man with a bloodied face pleaded for punishment from Lord amidst a heavy silence. An elderly man pondered deeply, holding a cigar as he reflected on the futility of fighting and killing in changing times. Fang reflected on his past, explaining to the elder that survival in the dark side forced him to leave for regions in Southeast Asia. Fang passionately pleaded for Lord's permission to lead an attack, expressing his frustration about his current state. The elderly man expressed gratitude for Master Fang's cultivation and revealed his shared experience as an orphan, highlighting their connection. A tense atmosphere filled the room as a young man with dark hair spoke confidently on the phone, introduced himself to Fang, assuring him he wasn't disturbing his rest. Fang listened skeptically, his focus unwavering. A young man with dark hair spoke eagerly into the phone, sharing plans to return to soon and mentioning gifts he prepared for his friend. A sense of anticipation filled the air as Fang learned about Master Fang's presence in. He eagerly asked Lord for an introduction to the Lord calmly reassured him about the opportunity awaiting him. A tense confrontation unfolded as an angry man questioned Fang's worth, expressing his frustration about having to schedule an appointment just to see Master Fang. A serious man stood firm, determined to book a flight to visit Master Fang and deal with the kid named Yi. Fang expressed his furious desire to see Yi dead. Lord obediently agreed to carry out the command. A well-dressed man indicated his admiration for a confident woman in an elegant setting, hinting at a deeper connection. President Yi remarked that he didn't plan to discuss work seriously, responded playfully, acknowledging the man's infatuation. A tense atmosphere filled the room as a man with a wine glass instructed to see President Yi the following day. Fang looked confidently at his phone, smirking as he declared his intent to find the useless person Yi the next day. The next day, Master Fang's villa stood grandly amidst a tranquil landscape, hinting at the tensions brewing within. Two men approached Fang with a careful respect, their demeanor reflecting a mix of deference and anxiety. The older man reassured that his status did not require him to bow in deference. Expressed his gratitude to Master Fang for his cultivation, promising never to forget the favor. Moments later, he questioned Fang about his sudden return to Zhou. An elderly man with glasses explained that he was sent to assist the third young master. A revelation hung in the air, stirring excitement and disbelief among those who heard it. The surprised man reacted to the news about the third young master being in. A stern elder warned a younger man about the consequences of disturbing the third young master. The younger man nodded in agreement, visibly anxious. The tension thickened as an anxious man with a mustache earnestly sought guidance about the young master from the silent and poised Fang. A serious atmosphere enveloped the room as the younger man explained Fang's current trial mission to the attentive elder. A hopeful man admired a photo, expressing his admiration for the third young master and wishing for a chance to see him in person. A serious man in traditional attire explained his recent recruitment of thugs from Southeast Asia to assist an underling in trouble. The stern figure expressed concern that the actions of others must not affect the third young master. A confident man enthusiastically invited a young man with dark hair to play chess, eager to see if his skills had improved. Frustration bubbled within the young man with dark hair as he stood in the luxurious reception area, clutching his phone tightly. He couldn't understand why the CEO had kept him waiting for 2 hours. He thought President Yi clearly liked his sister but remained cold towards him. He cursed the strange temperaments of wealthy tycoons and decided to confront Yi. A tense atmosphere enveloped the room as Fang stared intently at his phone. He questioned someone on the other end, seeking information about. Fang confronted Yi, demanding to know the whereabouts of President Yi and expressing frustration over the situation. Fang smirked confidently, mocking President Yi's companion and revealing his disdain. Fang mocked the second character while laughing, suggesting he lacked self-awareness for chatting so long with President Yi. Fang confronted Yi, questioning his ostentatious attire while mocking his claim of being a bodyguard. Fang confronted a rival with defiance, declaring he wouldn't let the incident in front of important figures settle easily. The mocking character sneered, claiming Fang's brother couldn't aid him and warned him about the top-tier thugs ready to strike. Fang confidently directed his unseen opponent to come to the company parking lot, eager to avoid an ambush after work. A dimly lit parking garage cast an air of mystery as shadows danced around 2 figures. Fang walked alongside a cautious companion. 2 energetic figures leaped towards a shocked young man with dark hair, their playful movements breaking the tension in the air. He reacted with surprise to their sudden approach, unable to comprehend their intentions. One of the leaping characters questioned what he was doing, their excitement palpable. A tense standoff unfolded in the dim light, both men locked in a battle of wits and will. Fang challenged the antagonist's smug confidence with his own defiance. The antagonist smirked, claiming there would be no evidence if violence erupted. Fang retorted, pointing out the same logic applied to both of them. A tense standoff erupted as Fang confronted Yi, his determination palpable against the backdrop of the dimly lit parking garage. Fang warned Yi to stop while expressing disbelief at his stupidity. Yi threatened Fang, stating he would beat him up first if thugs were called. Fang's fury intensified as he shouted in response, the confrontation reaching a boiling point. Fang gripped the man by the collar, his his fury evident as he demanded to let him go. Fang commanded his group of men, urging them to attack someone with a defiant tone. The followers eagerly approached their target, ready for confrontation. A fierce clash erupted as Fang struck an opponent, his determination driving each blow. An aggressive man threatened Fang, claiming he would send 10 boys to ensure he could no longer be a bodyguard. Fang taunted Yi, insisting that kneeling and acknowledging him as boss would save him from the thugs. Fang displayed a confident expression, declaring that his opponent was unworthy. Fang spoke confidently into his phone, insisting that Lord must send another expert capable of fighting 10 opponents. A surge of urgency filled the air as a determined young man with dark hair spoke intensely into his phone. He demanded the location of an expert who could take on 10 opponents. He expressed disbelief that such talent existed in the country. He resolved to recruit this extraordinary individual to his side. A tense silence hung in the air as a car suddenly skidded to a stop in the parking garage. Fang stood alert and prepared, facing the incoming vehicle. The group of 3 watched anxiously, their uncertainty palpable. A tense atmosphere filled the parking garage as a young man with dark hair awaited Lord's arrival. Fang urged Lord to send more people for support. A tense confrontation loomed as Fang assessed the group of opponents before him. He felt exhausted yet determined to face the challenge ahead. An arrogant opponent taunted him, dismissing his strength. Fang remained wary, knowing he had to prove himself. A determined young man with dark hair stood resolute, ready to confront the challenge before him. Fang declared his plan to subdue Lord first. A tense standoff filled the air as Fang faced his adversaries, the threat lingering like a storm cloud. Fang warned Yi about the danger of offending Lord. Yi shifted nervously, feeling the weight of the threat bearing down on him. A menacing figure loomed behind Lord, adding to the pressure of the confrontation. A tense atmosphere settled as Fang stood confidently against his adversaries. He coughed slightly, drawing attention from the fearful onlooker nearby. The terrified figure pleaded for Lord to intervene against Fang. An assailant lunged forward, delivering a swift punch to Fang's face, leaving him momentarily stunned. A shocked doctor called out for Lord, his voice trembling with surprise. Fang observed the kneeling figure, who called out to him with a fearful tone, clearly intimidated by his presence. If you'd like to see your favorite titles retold, leave a comment, and I'll be sure to pick some of them up from time to time. Also, let me know which video format you like more, long videos or short ones. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you again soon.